G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Now today I have got a couple of new things to share with you today. I am going to do a 3D bloom, but I'm going to do it in my fine live edge coaster mold. So what I mean by live edge, it just means that it's not a straight mold. It's like, you know, when you get live edge timber, it's kind of raw and ragged. This is raw and ragged, but with crystals. So that's my fine one. I've also got a chunky one in my store, but this is the fine one, small crystals. Now, that's the first thing I'm going to do. The 3D bloom in the live edge coaster mold. The other thing I'm going to do is try the Let's Resin Fast Cure resin. They sent me some to try. So thank you, Let's Resin. And this one is the Fast Cure 4-hour demold, 8 to 10 hour full cure. Now, I guess it would also depend on the temperature of your room at the time. My room's pretty cold at the moment. It's only 22 degrees Celsius. I'll just move that out of the way. So my resin has been sitting for 35 minutes now. It's warm, but doesn't feel as hot as it should be. Now, I'm just going to take its temperature. The reason I'm trying the Let's Resin is A, because they asked me. So I thought, okay, I'm happy to try different things. And B, you know, sometimes you might not be able to get the resins that I use in Australia in your country. So maybe you'll be able to use Let's Resin brand, not sure. But we'll see how it goes, hey? It's nice to try different things. So at the moment it's on 36. I wanted to get to at least 40 degrees before I decant it, but because my room's cooler today, coming into, well, actually it is winter, isn't it? The resin sits overnight and it gets cold and it gets thick and it takes a lot longer to warm up in a cold room. So like I said, I wanted to get to 40 degrees. It's only on 37. So I'm just going to wait another 5 minutes and then I'll come back to you. Okay, it has got to 40. Now let's have a look and see what that is in Fahrenheit. 104.9. So, oops, tipping it out. 105 Fahrenheit, about 41. 41 for Celsius. Let me just clean this off. I'm just going to spray some alcohol over the tip, give it a clean, and then I can pop that away before it gets resin stuck on it. Okay, now let's just pour that out. I'm going to pop my gloves on in a minute. I'm just touching the clean stick. I just want to get this in here now. So basically I'm pretty much filling it almost to the top. I'm going to put about an ounce or so into this little cup here. I don't need to weigh it. I'm just going to pop some in and we're going to add the white to that. Don't need very much. It's only a little coaster. It's about a quarter full. It's a 120 ml or 4 ounce little cup there. Now I'm going to take most of this. So for the Let's Resin, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I did, because you know how I always have more of part A, like a higher amount of part A. So before I opened these, I weighed them and A was definitely heavier. So I'm going to go with I've gone with my usual. And I have mixed up 75 grams of part A and 67 grams of part B. I always check just in case some resins, you know, are equal weights, but in my experience, and this is only my experience, A is always heavier than B. Now, what we're going to do first is put a little bit more in. I'm just going to be careful not to overflow it. It's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick resin. So I've got some Octopus Fluids. We've got Bloody Mary. We've got Fuchsia. And then we've got some dark indigo for the center. So I'm going to start with the lightest first. I'm just keeping an eye on my time because I want to pipe in another 10 minutes. What's the time? 22. That'll be all right. Okay, so inks first, okay? Worry about the white later. Inks first because you want them to have a chance to move and then stop moving. Because if you put your inks in and then you put your white on when your inks are still moving, your white's going to go and do really weird, wonderful things. Maybe not so wonderful, but really weird things. So, yeah. Inks first. Okay, so that's that. I won't put the lid on yet, just in case I want some more. I want some more, please. And now the fuchsia. So we're getting lightest to darkest. Like so. And then, that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then the purple in the center. 1, 2. Might need a bit more purple, but we'll see. Might need to be, look at me. Can't take me anywhere. Okay, now, oh gosh, dogs. I'm just going to pop a little bit of this other one just in here, like so. And then a little bit of this one just in here. I thought I'd leave the door open today, you see, but the dog room door open, but maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Now, which one goes with which? I think that's it. All right, I think that'll do. That'll do for now. Got a nice sort of coverage. So we'll just let that do its thing. Now, to my white, I am going to, I'm not using Cast and Craft. Why have I got that out? Just resin. Titanium white. You don't need a lot. I'm just going to start with a very small little tippy top, and I'm going to wipe it off. Start slow, guys. You can always add more, but if you get too much in there, you can't take it out, so go slow. Oh gosh, now my purple's spreading. Oh, look at it go. Probably only needed 1 drop there, but never mind. Okay. Let's have a look at that. Now I'm just going to clean that little tip off because I can't really see properly when I've got white paste on the end of my stick. So I'm not used to working with such a thick resin. Oh, I hope it'll work. It feels so thick, but it's not about the thickness, it's about the temperature. Well, in my experience it is. That looks a little bit on the dark side, even though I only used a tiny bit. I'm just going to add a little bit more of this clear resin that I've got saved. It's always a good idea, guys, just to save a little bit of clear resin in case you need to add it to your white, okay? So just always put a little bit aside, because even though you try to use a tiny little bit of white, sometimes you end up using a bit more than you would like, and it's a little bit too opaque. After really quite transparent. And it looks darker because it's so thick. Like, you can't really, normally you can like look at the stick through there, but it's so thick. All right, look, I'm going to go with that. Oh, all my orange is disappearing. Let's put a little bit more orange around the side. Where it's kind of vanishing from. Okay, that should do. A little bit more of this one just there. All right, that'll do. But yeah, look, you really don't want to be putting too much. And now don't torch your alcohol inks straight away because they'll flame up. It's alcohol, all right? So don't torch yet. Wait until the alcohol has been evaporated and then you can torch. All right, now I have got another 5 minutes to wait. What I do is I decant when it gets to 40, 41 degrees. And then I just wait another 10 minutes. I don't take it to temperature again. I just wait another 10 minutes, okay? So I've got another 5 minutes to wait, and then I'll come back to you. Actually, I was out by a few minutes, so I'm just going to pour this in. Waited a couple of more minutes. So this is my white mix going into my little piping bag. I've got more than I need, but that's fine. I'll just put it... Mainly put it all in there. Okay. Gosh, hope this works. So my white feels warm. It's not hot. It but it feels nice and warm. So hopefully this will work. So because the resin's quite a thick resin, I'm only going to make a little hole. See how that goes. Oh, needs to be a little bit bigger. Again, start with a smaller hole. You can always go bigger. Just test it on a piece of paper. If it's coming out easily, then it's fine. But if it's not really coming out very easily, then you can make it a little bit bigger. But you don't want to have to squeeze too much. So start with a little hole and you can go a little bit bigger. How's that? Can you see that? Okay, that's good. That gives us a nice little wormy there. Okay, all right, here we go. So I'm going to do some petals. I'm going to pipe some petals. My purple's moved. Why are you moving, purple? Go back that way. All right, here we go. It's going to start piping petals. Now there's no rush. Take your time. Try and get your petals to be kind of even. If you go too fast, you'll drag the resin and you'll have some areas that are thinner than others. So just try and keep it steady. Doesn't matter about your pattern. It's all going to be beautiful in the end. Doesn't matter if you're lopsided like me. I'm always lopsided. Oh, I don't know why. I just am. I'm always lopsided. That's okay. I'll just fill in all the spaces anyway. Come back over here. And then I'll just push that back up. Give it another twist. That's because I started on the purple there and my purple's lopsided. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I've still got some left and I'm going to start here. I'm going to do like another little row. This thinner. Just however. Okay, that'll do. That will do. Don't need it all. Now, got my little tool here. I'm going to just give that a torch now because I can see bubbles on the surface. So I'm not going to swirl the middle yet. I'm going to give it a bit of heat with my heat gun here. And I'm just going to give it a little push around from the outside in. Give it a bit of a push. This will help pop bubbles and also give it a push. And I don't know why my purple's moved, but anyway, my purple's moved. So we'll just start warming the resin up, get it going. It's very thick resin. Why is my purple over there? Okay, that'll do. I think that'll do. Too much because, you know, you've waited for your resin to get nice and thick. Although it was pretty thick to start with, but just going to wait. Now I'm going to wait about 5 minutes. No, I won't. No, I won't. Let's just, I want that purple to come back. I'm just going to swirl. There, sort of bring the purple back into the middle and give it a swirl. Like so. All right. I don't know what the rest of the purple's going to do. We'll just have to wait and see. But it looks as if it's blooming. You guys, it looks as if it's blooming. Oh my gosh, thumb in the way. Look, it's blooming. Now, because I touched the ink to the edge of the mold, I'm probably going to have little bits of orange on the edge there. But if you want totally clear, make sure that you don't put your inks too close to the edge, I guess. All right, well, we'll just have to wait and see what it does. I know my swirl's in the middle, so that's a good thing. And we'll just have to wait and see what the rest of the colours decide to do. But at the moment, my gosh, you guys, it looks as if it's blooming. Wouldn't it be nice if I had another resin that I could use for blooms? All right. Now, they do say 4-hour unmold, but like I said, it's cold in here, so I'll come back in about 5 hours. Actually, no, I won't. It'll be way too late. We'll have to leave it till the morning. We'll have to leave it to the morning. All right. I'll have to be patient. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so I have left this overnight because it was a little bit later in the day. But look how it's changed. Oh, it makes me feel really confident that it's going to work because it's bloomed beautifully. All the colours look really nice and wispy. Look, we've got a darker centre. And we're going to have a gorgeous crystal edge, which is going to be beautiful. So let's do this. There we go. Oh, I really hope it's worked. Really hope it's worked. It's always tricky when you're using a new resin. I think I'll put just put a piece of black over the top there, just so that we can get a proper view without all this background going on. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at it, you guys. It's so pretty. Wow. Wow, that is so pretty. My purple swirl's a bit big, but it's really pretty. Okay, that's it without the black. Look at that. Now, can you see the gorgeous crystal edge there? Sparkling away in the light. So pretty. That's a bubble. Is that a bubble? I don't know. Something. It's so pretty. I'm really happy with the way it looks. Wow. I just think for the size of the coaster, I probably needed to make my purple just a little bit smaller, but that's okay. Next time. Even though it looks bigger here, wider there, the area that you're seeing is smaller because of the sides there, so you just need to be aware of that. The petals do go out further, but they're sort of underneath. It's very 3D. It looks as if they're going underneath the crystal edge there, which they are, really. They are. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. What do you think, guys? Do you like it with the black? With the black, you can see the white petals more. Just like that, the white petals kind of disappear, but when you put the black behind, you can see the white petals more. Wow, I love it, I love it, I love it. Well, that worked really well. So, yeah, I will definitely use this resin again. And for those of you that can't get the resin that I'm always using, maybe you've got the Let's Resin Fast Cure and you can give it a go. So, yeah. I'm so happy that it's worked. All right, I can go and have my coffee now. Have my coffee in peace because I know it's worked. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my video. And I will see you all again for the next one real soon. Okay, take care, guys. Bye for now.